left them with enough food and enough instruction.
Actually got time today to do things. We're not like racing to meet a deadline.
Yeah.
It's actually unusual for us, eh?
Anyway, let's go see this beautiful waterfall. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Since I left you last, it was Friday, and I haven't vlogged since then. Unfortunately, that very same night I had a friend had a bit of a tragedy happen in her family, and I have been assisting her with that for a few days afterwards and haven't picked up the camera, but I've got back into it today. It's Thursday, and since I saw you last, James has returned.
Hey, it's so good to be here.
So good to be back. He has enjoyed being back with the family and getting in amongst it again. He had a last minute return home that wasn't expected, so it was just really good timing for him to be able to join us. Now we're on a road trip. We are actually in a different vehicle. We're returning a vehicle that belonged to family friends back to them. They needed someone to transport it, and so we have done that. So we're travelling this car north, but we're bringing back James's mum and dad's camper van. James is going to be selling his mum and dad's camper on their behalf, so we've got to travel that back with us. We've left the children at home, which isn't really a big deal, but I'm also aware that they've got a lot going on for themselves with school and activities, and Regan's got university, he's trying to get his head around online, but I know that they'll support each other, so I've left them with enough food and enough instruction. They have to look after the dog, of course, because she does not understand. Currently we are heading through Wairau Desert Road. We're about halfway up the North Island, central North Island. So we're on our way to visit or stay with our oldest son, Logan, and his wife and our granddaughter. We've actually got a few stops over the next few days visiting family, but we are heading towards Tauranga to go to my friend's family member's funeral. I don't even know what to say in this video because so much is private for so many people, but it just throws around lots of questions. I really feel for my friend and her loss. You kind of wonder where God is in it all. I actually went to my beauty therapist today and got my waxing done, and she also lost a family member within the last month, and she was talking about how she didn't know if she believed in God or why he would let such things happen to good people. And I don't actually know how to answer that truthfully. I do know that God is good and he wants life, and this wasn't his plan. I know that his heart breaks for people, and I know that his heart breaks even more because he sees what could have been and what's been lost. But I do know that we live in a fallen, broken world, and God hasn't had the last say yet. And for now we do have to deal with suffering, and it is a hard, sour, nasty pill to swallow, and we just have to count our blessings, like literally be grateful for all the good that we do have. And I know that that doesn't take away the pain that people are experiencing, but there is no but. I'm very happy to be going to visit Cora and getting to see her, because she is everything good in life, isn't she?
Oh, it is, and the simplest things make her happy, right?
The simplest things.
And we love making her happy.
We do.
Yeah.
I got the most gorgeous photos of her sent to me this morning, and she brings so much joy just seeing how joyful she is, and she has so much of life ahead of her. I'm recording, I'm not saying.
Oh, are you? I was waiting.
Hello, darling. Yeah. had a really nice night with Logan and Bex and baby Cora. It was kind of sad to leave them this morning, but they needed to get back, and Logan's got to get back to work, things like that, and we had to get on the road. So we've come round and we're here in Taupo. We stopped for coffee really, and we'd brought our breakfast things, so we stopped and had a really late breakfast on the lakeside, which is just really beautiful. James has shot off to go to the bathroom somewhere down at a rest area down the end of the lake, and I think he wants to show me something. Somewhere he said he always wanted to show us around Taupo, so I'm not quite sure what that is or where that is. Or I always have to hold it lightly when he's got plans because they don't always make me comfortable, but I'm often pleased I've done them once they're happening. So I'm sure I'll take you guys along with me and you can enjoy as well. Swim, which looked lovely, but I wasn't interested. I think the water's way too cold for me. But his idea of what to do doesn't sound too hard, which I'm secretly delighted by. So apparently it's a cafe.
It is, yeah, it's a cafe.
Do you know how surprised I am by that?
What do you think it was going to be?
I thought it was going to be a boat ride or a hike.
Huh? No, safe funds. You're safe, it's a cafe. A little bit of a detour to a cafe is pretty much it.
I can do that. Just before we go off and do that, we're going to stop and look at the Huka Falls. I must say it's quite nice being able to do things without having the kids in tow.
It is a bit easier, eh?
Yeah, just a little bit.
And also, the other thing that's quite nice is not being in a rush.
Yeah.
And we've actually got time today to do things. We're not like racing to meet a deadline.
Yeah.
That's actually unusual for us, eh?
Anyway, let's go see this beautiful waterfall. About 2,000 litres of water plunge 9 metres over the great rock face of these Huka Falls every second. That's enough to fill 5 Olympic swimming pools every minute. Such a momentous flow of water creates a dangerous undertow at the bottom of the falls, which has claimed the craft of many river users foolhardy enough to try and navigate the falls. Upstream of the falls, the Waikato is clear and reflective. After plunging over the falls, it picks up masses of tumbling air bubbles, which create breathtaking colours and give the falls their name, after the Maori word for foam. The flow of the falls is so strong it prevents the upstream migration of trout and native fish, such as eels, which is why there are no eels to be found in Lake Taupo. to know what he's doing. Look at that. So it was a nice drive in. It was 20 minutes, and sometimes James tricks me that something's 20 minutes and it's a lot longer than 20 minutes, but it was actually about 20 minutes.
20 minutes as promised.
But the cafe is closed. But that's okay. It's very, very quiet, and a lot of the tourist attractions are restricted right now because no one's visiting.
Lovely.
Yeah.
But James, apparently you've been up here before.
I have, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really popular lake for wakeboarding and water skiing.
Maybe
Right.
swim in it.
And you just bring your
Could
own
be too
boat
hot.
in,
Yeah.
put it in at the boat ramp.
Yeah, there's boat ramps up and down the lake at different locations. Yeah, but here is a beautiful cafe and the tourist attraction.
Well, all the information, visitor centre. Close to the cafe here is thermally active,
Yeah.
but out in the majority of the lake, I can't even see the edges of the lake. Like here I can see to the other side, but I can't see down the other end,
It's
and I can't
really
see
long.
this
It's
end.
more like a cross between a lake and a river.
Right.
Yeah.
And
This
it's
is the
not-
Waikato River as well, by the way.
So it's a river, it's a lake, but it's a river.
It's the Waikato River, but
Mm.
this is where there's a dam further down that end, and so it's formed a lake. But it's a very long, skinny lake, so it means it's quite good for wakeboarding and water skiing because it's nice and calm.
So what big mass of water is it attached to?
The Waikato River.
Right, so it's not attached to the Lake Taupo at all.
Well, the Waikato River comes from Lake Taupo, but no. So the Huka Falls end up here.
we're off now. We're going to try and make it to Cambridge for dinner. It's about 2 hours away, I think. Yeah. Hang on, sorry.
Wildling Point's just one that's really beautiful.
So I'm going to try my best to explain it. Here is the Taupo Lake, and if you zoom in, you can only see that the Huka Falls are just along here, just outside of Taupo. Now the Waikato River comes out of Taupo, which actually travels all the way up north towards Unplanned, and its outlet is way up here. So as you go along the Waikato River, as it meanders through the countryside, so what we were visiting was Lake Orakei, and here they have got this little area here, which is what we're visiting today, where there's the cafe and the boat ride across to the thermal area.
I know it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you.
So we're coming to the end of our road trip day. We will get on the road again tomorrow, but for now we're just coming into Cambridge, and we're going to see James's mum and dad and go stay with his sister and catch up with them for a little bit. We just called Regan and Emma, and they're at home and they seem to be perfectly fine without us, so maybe we just won't go home. Maybe. I doubt that would be a good idea.
Yeah, they'll start to run out of food soon.
Yeah. But for a couple of 2 or 3 days they enjoy the freedom, I think. But we've had a really good day today, I think. Oh, the dark. Hopefully you enjoyed finding out a bit about Huka Falls and Orakei, Korako. Yeah. And hopefully that will be humming and buzzing when the country starts to open up again, because it looks like a really awesome facility. I'd really like to go back there when it's all a bit more open and functioning. Anyway, I will catch you up on the next leg of our journey for Saturday and Sunday over the weekend, and you will see that vlog in the next video. But until the next video,